This is Yoga here from Synergita. Warm welcome to you all for this goals management webinar. Mainly our focus is going to be, the main agenda is going to be how exactly we are going to manage the goals in Synergita. And Jeevitha from support and implementation team, she's going to talk more about how we can manage the goals, how we can enter the goals, and how exactly the managers is going to update the achievements, and like there are a lot of things from the different stakeholders. She's going to discuss more on this. So let us welcome Jeevitha for this webinar. 1 minute, yeah. Before we get into the webinar, just the housekeeping instructions. All the phones are set to mute. If you have any questions, please type them in the chat window located beside the presentation panel. And we have received several questions from the registrants, which will be answered by the speakers during a Q&A session. And we will continue to collect more questions during the session. As we receive, we will try to answer them during today's session. If you do not receive answers to your questions today, you will certainly receive answers via email shortly. Thank you for your participation and enjoy the session. Thank you all, and over to you, Jeevitha.
Yeah. Today I'm going to talk about the goals management, how we are going to define the goals inside Synergita, and how we are going to manage the goals in Synergita as an employee, manager, and HR perspective. First, I'm going to talk about the goal setting. Goal setting is a very important to set the goal, update goal, or modify the goal, and track the goal during the course of the year. Goal setting is a powerful process of thinking about your ideal future and for motivating yourself to turn your vision for this future into reality. The process of setting goals helps you to choose what you want to achieve. By knowing preciously what you want to achieve, you know where you have to concentrate on your efforts. You will also quickly spot the distractions that can so easily lead to astray. Synergita provides a very simple and easy way to set the goals. The SMART goal defined as specific, measurable, attainable, or achievable, relevant, and time-bounded. Here we can able to see the SMART goal, which is in a single page where we can see the name, measure, target, due date, weightage. So that is what we are coming to say. It is very easy and simple to use the goal setting process in Synergita. Now I'm moving forward from employee perspective, how employee will define the goals or KPI in Synergita. As soon as employee logins to the system, either employee will be having the action item in the dashboard, or else employee can navigate through the performance my action items in order to view the goals or set goals action item. Once employee click on the set goals, the page will looks like this. Employee can able to add the goal. He can able to describe the description about the goal. He can able to measure, target, and weightage if it is needed. Employee can able to add. In the same screen, employee can able to choose the goals from the choose from library option, which will makes the employee work easier. From the choose from library option, employee can able to choose a number of goals which is already set by the in the product. It's very simple and easy to add the goal and edit the goal and delete the goal in Synergita. And once employee saves and submits the goal, it will goes to the manager's approval or rejection. Now I'm going to talk about the manager's approval process. Either manager can approve or reject the goal. In manager, once manager also will be having the action item in the dashboard itself. Either manager can approve or reject, or else manager can navigate through the performance my action items. Manager can able to view the approve goals action item. Once the manager click on the approve goal action item, he can able to view the page as shown here. Manager can able to review the goal which is already submitted by the employee, description, measure, target, due date, and everything. Even a manager can able to add the goal or modify the goal from from the same screen, manager can also use the choose from library option in order to add or edit or modify the goal which is already submitted by the employee. If once a manager rejects the form, again the process will move to the employee, where employee can able to add or modify the goals, and once it is approved, the goal setting process completes. Next, I'm moving forward to the update achievements. Here, employee or manager can update his achievements on a regular basis. This will be done once employee sets the goal and it will be approved by the manager. Then again, if employee want to change the achieved target, here we can able to use this option. Using the update achievements, employee or manager can able to update the achieved target as shown on the screen here. Even employee or manager can able to view the achieved target and previously updated achieved target, which is the history as shown here. And I'm moving forward to the team progress on the goal. Manager can able to view the team's goals as shown here. In a single page, the manager can come to conclude that which goals are completed, which goals are in progress, which goals are not yet started, and we can track the goals in a single screen. And manager can able to view the goals of the particular employee and which goals are completed and in progress and not started in a single screen. Where in the same screen you can able to see on track there are 4 goals, lagging is 37. So manager can take a quick decision where we need to concentrate and where we need to start. Manager can able to track the goals which is not yet started. Maybe he can able to start focusing on that. So here we can see 25 goals are not yet started. It's very easy process to note that the goals are not yet started, so manager can able to concentrate here. Now I'm going to talk about the manage goals option. Either manager can or employee can use the manage goals option. Here this manage goals will use the employee or manager allows to add or edit or modify the goals which is already submitted. Once it is updated using the manage goals, the mail notification will be notified to the manager stating that these goals are added by the employee, added by the particular employee. So once maybe he can approve or reject. As the same way, employee also can able to add the goals using the manage goals. Either he can able to add, edit, modify the goals, and in the same case manager will be notified that the employee has been edited or modified the goals, and again it will come to the manager's login to approval or rejection. Likewise, this manage goals will use in Synergita, and it's very easy and simple way to use the manage goals in this product. Now I'm going to move for the HR perspective. From the HR perspective, we all know about from HR login, HR administration. In performance module setup, we will be having manage feedback form, a template, a workflow. First, I'm going to talk about the manage feedback form or template. This is the one where we are going to create the form, which is like HR can able to create the form in his own way. HR can design the form as it is the organization needs. Here we can use choose from library in order to add the goals or competencies in this in a single page. We can add the goals from the choose from library option as shown here. First of all we can add the goals from the choose from library as an n number of goals. It will be already stored in the system. This choose from library option will help the HR works easy. So there is nothing work to add the goals. So HR can easily add the goals from the choose from library, whatever they want. This is how the goals will looks like. The SMART goal, description, target, due date, achieved target, and goal status. Either HR can able to view the status of the goal for the particular goal against each employee, and the same way manager can also view the status whether each goal is completed, in progress, or not started yet. Manager can also able to view the status against each employee. And now I'm going to talk about the manage workflow. Usually all the organization will be appraisal process starts from the self feedback. Once it is done, the process will move to the manager feedback. So if you are going to introduce the goals management in your organization, these are the two activities which we are going to add in the system. The first one will be the set goals, and the next one will be the approval goals. To add the goals management in the system, we are going to use these two activities inside the Synergita. And it's for the goals management, it's very easy and simple way to add the goals and update the goals during the course of the year. And
so now it's a time for a question and answer session. Like we have already received like more than like 5 questions here. And now we will quickly talk about the first question which we received. So 2 level of approval of goals is possible. Yes, definitely. That is very much possible in Synergita. Definitely, we can have the goals can be approved in 2 levels. The primary manager and the skip level manager can approve the goals. So another question: who should rate goals in 360 appraisal system and why? So normally, like when we talk about 360-degree feedback, like normally we get like organization follows different patterns here. Like normally when if you see the typical organizations, 360-degree normally they take it from like the co-worker, peer, and the different managers, co-manager. Like we can put it like a lot of people in 360-degree. So normally like the 360-degree feedbacks can be done like from the co-manager and the co-worker and the peer. And definitely the rating, when we talk about rating, like it is from different perspective, like how a manager will see an employee, how a peer will see an employee, and how a co-worker will see an employee. Like there is a lot in difference when the perspective changes here. And if you ask like why we should rate them, like I would say instead of rating, you can definitely, if you really want to have the rating, more than a rating, like we can get a feedback what they feel about this particular person. I think that is really important. Like we need to get a feedback what they feel about it as a co-manager, as a co-worker, or a peer, how they feel about it, and what kind of inputs they can give it to them to manage it better. I think that is very important for us. But rating, like as you asked for it, like that is also like a few organizations, like we are still keep intact of the rating as well. But that is we need to consider who has given this rating. Especially like co-manager will give the rating in a different perspective. As I told you, the peer will give the rating in a different perspective. Yeah, thank you. And the next question. Next question is, will Synergita helps to modify the goals?
Yes, so Synergita will helps to modify the goals once the goals has been submitted and approved from the manager. Using the manage goals option, it allows to add or edit the goals, and we can able to add additional goals in the system. It's possible to add additional goals.
Okay. So there is one more question. Is there a rating system in SMART goals as well, or it is based on target achieved timeline? Yes, the rating system, like the goals can be the goals can be rated, and the rating is completely different than what we are talking about, the targets and achieved timeline, because these are both are different. Like the targets which we are setting it at the very beginning when we set the goals, and we are setting the target, and the timeline with the due date we are setting it up. The rating is like how well we did the goals, whatever the goals which is assigned to us, like how well we did it, and how did we make the progress, and all those stuff. Based on all those areas, we are going to rate against each goals. So that is completely different than the target and achieved timeline. I think like the one more question we have. Can we have a restrict number of goals? No, the number of goals cannot be restricted here because as Jeevitha, like from the beginning, she's talking about like the goals as like kind of like at the beginning of the year, like we set the goals, and during the course of the year, like goals are getting changed, or few may get added and a few may get dropped off in between, like so it is typically like I would say like we cannot restrict the number of goals what you can assign inside Synergita, like it is not a restricted one. Okay, and overall, like I think like we have completed all the questions. Like, and now overall, if we see like what we have seen today is like how we are going to define the goals in Synergita. So we have seen that as an employee, like we can enter the goals, and as a manager, they can approve the goals, and employee and manager, they both can update the achievements, and then they can track the entire status of the goals throughout the year, like on a regular basis, on a periodic basis, and they can track it, and based on the status they can react upon, and then they can move progress. And goal setting is a process wherein it helps every organization to achieve their organization goals as well as their individual goals. And Synergita, as a simple to use software, like if you see that the goal setting entire process is very simple, and you have seen the workflow. It is just two activities. In case if you want to enable the goal setting process with your current process, all we need to do is whatever the two activities, we need to just add them into your workflow. That is it. Then the goal setting process can be used from your end. And if you really wanted to use the goal setting process in Synergita, definitely we'll be able to help you in enabling the goals module for you. And you can send your request to, as usual, like support@synergita.com. And we are also giving you the link wherein in our support solutions, like wherein you can find how to use the goals management very effectively. And thank you all for joining us. And in case if you have any questions, please post to us, like, and we are very glad to answer for your questions. And thank you so much, Jeevitha. Thank you for your time, and thank you one and all. Have a great evening. Bye.